Hello, I'm Professor Laura Brunner. Very excited to be back teaching Women in Social Action. I have a really interesting, challenging, and rewarding semester planned for us. A little bit about me first. I have a PhD in Women's Studies from University of Maryland. I've been teaching at Front Range for about 2 years now. Not a Colorado native, but I've been here about 4 years. I'm originally from Baltimore, and I still, I think, feel a little bit like an East Coaster in a lot of ways. On the side, I'm also a parent. I'm a parent to two rescue dogs, but moreover, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I also have a son on the way in February. So you will probably see, I know you can't really see from here down, but you will probably see at least my face expanding just a little bit over the course of the next 7.5 weeks. Um, Now, the expectations for this class, I think it's a very unusual class because it's 7.5 weeks and because it's online. And a lot of people come into the class with some misconceptions or just not realizing what it actually means to take a 7.5 week class. Because this class does earn you the same number of credits as a 15-week face-to-face traditional class where you'd be meeting twice a week. And so if you think about that, we are now condensing all of that work, all of those class meetings, all of that reading, all of those projects and papers into 7.5 weeks. So it gets pretty intense and it goes quickly. Um, the reality is this class requires about 12 hours a week, which is like a part-time job. And I have done a lot of things to try to support you and try to keep you on track throughout that. So you'll find weekly to-do lists with suggested breakdown of your time so that you can plan, um, how much time to spend on reading, how much time to spend on discussion posts. It doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't accomplish everything that you need to accomplish in 12 hours, you can stop. But it is kind of my guesstimate and my benchmark and my way of helping you get through. Um, the benefit for those of us who are trying to combine school with other pursuits, which at community college is usually everybody, right? We all have jobs and busy lives, and very often a lot of family responsibilities. So the flexibility of um, of an online class can be really wonderful because you can choose which 12 hours a week to spend. And you can be at your desk at work when you need to be, um, and and find ways to work your school schedule around. At the same time, it is a big time commitment. And so now is the time, and actually it's kind of nice in that way that it's only 7.5 weeks, because for 7.5 weeks, you can just say, you know what, now's the time that we're going to eat TV dinners. Now's the time that I'm going to call in those favors from friends and family. Now's the time that I'm going to cut back in other areas, and I'm just going to make sure that I finish strong in this class. Um, so I want to take you through some of the expectations and just get you oriented to the D2L space, to the class, everything. I will have a separate syllabus chat. There was just too much to fit into this intro, so I didn't have time to also go into all the details of the syllabus, but I will have that separately. So here, when you enter, you see the announcements, and each week there'll be basically two announcements. On Friday, the new to-do lists will be available. Okay, so you'll find a list of everything that you need to do. The new lectures will be available by Friday, and that's when you're expected to start in on your content. On Wednesday, which is the day that the discussion board posts are due, that's the day that you'll get a midweek check-in from me. And that's just a little video that will go over some of the administrative issues with the class, any frequently asked questions that I'm finding, any reminders, any skills or advice that I feel like we need to go over. So that's the time when I'll, maybe offer 5 minutes on academic citation or whatever topics I feel like we need to address for that day. Just getting you oriented here. From the main page, the first place to go is content, right? So if we go to content here, we can find, this is where you'll find the syllabus and assignments, okay? You see right here, the readings. So any reading that is listed on the syllabus that's not in the Ms. Digital Reader will be here. And the weekly to-do lists. Here's your week 1 to-do list, okay? Which I'll be posting shortly. And then also in the table of contents is where you'll find the lectures. Now I will link to the lectures in the to-do lists. In fact, the to-do list is really your one-stop shop that has links to the lectures and to any project work that you need to do for that week. So it's really a good place to start, but you do need to be able to find the readings on your own, and it's good to be able to navigate around. In the discussion spaces, I have a few different places going. There's a cyber cafe, which is some professors call it sort of the coffee shop or whatever. That is sort of our casual space where people can ask any kind of question about the course, any issues that they're having. You'll see that we already have some drama, which is that the bookstore has listed the textbook from last semester as the textbook for this semester. So if you bought the Sean Megan Byrne Women Across Cultures, we are not going to be using that. We're going to be using the Ms. Digital Reader as per the announcement that already went out in class. But one of the things that we discovered through talking with our classmates in the Cyber Cafe is that you can still return the book. Even if you've rented it, you can still return the book until October 24th and get all of your money back. So everything should be fine. Just please make sure you pay attention to that. You'll also find an introduction space. That's just for the first week for everybody to give a little bit of an introduction and share something that you enjoy that relates to a women's issue online. And then we'll have our YouTube video space here. I am going to ask you to sign up for YouTube videos and topics in the first week. And this is also a space where you can share questions and tips and get technical help. I'm on these discussion boards frequently, so don't feel that you have to go it alone, right? I'm there, and there's a lot of other resources as well for technical help. And then we have sort of the week by week. So week 1, you'll see the readings listed here, and then the 3 discussion questions. Now by Wednesday, everybody will have composed a 2 to 3 paragraph answer for each of these, and then you'll start working on responding to your classmates. I do require 5 responses to across the week to any of the topics. I find that most people tend to go over that because once you hear what other people say, it is really interesting, and you can start really fun discussions, and I can offer extra places to look and extra information. In some ways, I like the discussion boards better than a traditional face-to-face class because there are no limits. And then you'll see going down week 2, week 3. So this is where you'll access the discussion boards. Going back to, so that's the content area. You have your assignments. Sorry, I do want to do one more thing. So we also have under this syllabus and assignments area, this is where you'll find the discussion post rubric, so how you'll be graded on discussion posts, right? Definitely going to ask you to read that very carefully this week before you start, okay? It goes over what a 5 out of 5, what a 4 out of 5, what a 3 out of 5, and tells you exactly what's expected. The one point that I cannot emphasize enough is that you are expected to refer to the readings that I've assigned and to the lectures. So if you go out and Google some additional sources, that's fine, but you just don't get full credit for that. You only get full credit for using the course materials. So please make sure that you do keep your answers tailored around that. Now, the last item that that I want to make sure we know is here. As I said, I've already had some dramas with the textbook, but as an alternative to our traditional textbook, and hopefully many of you have already seen this announcement, we're going to ask you to subscribe to Ms. in the Classroom digitally. Ms. is a really wonderful option because it is, first of all, $19.99, which is cheaper than textbooks are available for. And it's also it's also actually, unlike most magazines, reviewed by the most prominent scholars in the field. And most of the contributors that we'll be reading are women's studies scholars, but they're writing for a popular audience. So it's really a wonderful place it's really a wonderful, wonderful material, and I'm really excited that we're using it. Just as a final thought, I want to remind you all that that I am available if you want to come see me. You can see me on Larimore campus, Westminster campus. You can email me via D2L. And I will, of course, be on the discussion board. So any questions you have, please don't hesitate to ask. And I wish you all a great semester. Thanks.